So the first thing I want to mention to you is Craig. Let's give each of these a big round of applause as I mention their name, right? So our first speaker, let's give him a round of applause. Amazing information. How many of you realize there was so much information you were a little bit overwhelmed at times? It's like, how can I get this idea going, right? This is the kind of thing that was happening for me. And I was hoping nobody was watching me as I went at this every so often. Oh my gosh, I'm going to do that too, right? So here's what I want to suggest for you to do. And this is what I did, and I'm going to pass it on to you as a suggestion. Pick one thing. You see, if you imagine being right out here on the highway, and there's cars rapidly going in one direction towards Mobay, and there's cars rapidly going the other direction to Ocho Rios, and you're standing in the middle of the road, how many people would agree that you could become confused? You could become overwhelmed. So the fact of the matter is, if all you need to do to eliminate confusion and overwhelm is put your attention on one car, and you immediately have greater control and clarity. So my suggestion to you is for each of these four speakers today, pick one thing. Here's the thing that I picked, and I'm going to help you guys as far as something that you could potentially focus on. The biggest message that came out of Craig's delivery for me, and I'm going to challenge you to find this for yourself, is to become you-centric. The you is not me. You get me? The you is whoever you are looking at, focusing on, leading. To become you-centric. What's important to you? What's valuable for you? And to be curious. So becoming you-centric is one of the key factors that I pulled out of Craig. You might be able to play with that. And here's the challenging question. And by the way, in the trainings that I do, I have 2 questions after every little segment. The first question is this: what did you learn? The second question is, what are you going to do about it? And really, whether you're studying a book or taking a training, those are the only 2 questions you really need to ask each time you go through consumption of knowledge. What did you learn, and what are you going to do about it? So put those 2 questions to each of these. So the first one is to be you-centric. Here's the word that he also used. Who loves this word, inspire? Inspire, right? Go ahead, you can applaud that word. It's a brilliant word, right? It has inspire, right? And inspire, when you define the word, he actually went to the origin of the word. The origin of the word is in spirit. In spirit. So what can you do for others in spirit? In essence, is being you-centric. Does that make sense? So how could you be you-centric? How could you be operating in spirit? And it leads directly and so flawlessly to Mr. Danny Meyer. And here is what I took. He mentioned this aspect about service. How many remember when he talked about service? How many of you are in the service industry, the hospitality industry? Raise your hands if you actually are in that industry any at all. You see, this word service is an amazing word. The meaning of service is to be of use. To be of use. Okay? Now here's what's fascinating. He said that the underpinnings, the foundation of service is technical performance. The foundation of service, and he actually even said it, good service, is technical performance. So ask yourselves, what can I actually do to enhance my technical performance? Because whether we're in service, the service business, or whether we're actually serving our community through our religion or other services or exercises, we have to have technical skills and performance. Does that not make sense? So what do you need to do to raise your level of technical performance so that you can serve at a much better, higher, and farther reaching capacity? The third speaker, Danielle Strickland. Let's give her a round of applause. I love that because she was the one woman standing in that group this morning. Isn't that true? How many women are in the room here? Raise your hands, please, ladies. Why don't you look around the room, everyone? 90% of this room are females. Here in Jamaica, my personal observation, if women didn't exist in this country and contribute and serve, this country would not exist today. Now, that's what brought us to where we are now. The question is, what's going to get us to where we want to get to keep the subject dead on top. We have to conspire together to empower not just women in this country, but also men in this country with their own challenges. The main thing she was talking about is how do we work together? How do we come together to create a greater future? Please write this statement down. Create a future. She said, great leaders use power to empower people. Great leaders use power to empower people. And you know, she talked about commitment also. She talked about commitment to applying this incredible knowledge. And you know, one thing I think one of my mentors says to me, creativity follows commitment. Creativity follows commitment. So by you, everyone here in this room, committing to one idea from Danielle's talk, committing to something like that, you're going to come up with creative ways of how to implement and apply it into yourself, your family, your community, Jamaica, and if not the world. And this is the power of empowering people when you use your power. Lastly, there is Simon Sinek. Give him a round of applause, I'm telling you. We could go on for days on what he shared, but I want to bring your attention to something. He talked about this word. Here's the word with Simon Sinek. Compete. To compete. Does anyone know what the derivation, the origin of that word is? Let me share it with you. To seek together. To compete is to seek together. And I think in his story, when he talked about his rival, it came up, and that seems to get the most applause in all of his talk. Because how many of you have this experience daily? That people think if it's $1 that you're going to earn, that's less dollar than I'm going to earn. That you're my competition. Competition is dead, ladies and gentlemen. These 4 individuals have delivered those messages and many, many more. And what I want to do now over the next 5 minutes is to have you all explore what those things are. Find a piece of paper, a blank little spot somewhere in your notebook, if you wouldn't mind. And I would like you to write down, one thing that you learned. And what you're going to do, we're going to all stand up, so everybody stand on up. Stand on up, write down one thing that you learned. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have a few minutes to walk through and connect with as many people as possible for you to tell them in the shortest possible time what it is that you learned. And then once you tell them, they are to ask you one question. And what do you think that question is? What are you going to do about it? And then it's up to you to seek together the answer to that question. Now, I'd like you to get to at least 2 people, ideally 3 or those overachievers in the audience, 4 or more. No. Are you game? Everyone, please stand up. Please stand up. And, in fact, I don't even want you to be talking to the person on your right or your left. I want you to find something completely different. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in order for us to get some order and control, I'm going to say the word pineapple. When I say pineapple, I want you to respond back, I am powerful. Then be quiet, and I'll give you the next instruction. Are you happy with that? Here we go. Let's give it a test. Pineapple. Pineapple. Extremely conservative. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Pineapple. Okay, great. You've got 3 minutes. I'm going to cut to 3 minutes. Here we go. And start.
So what are you going to do for them?
Great leaders. Great leaders. I'm not sure.
When the lead.
Learn that, as leaders, you must try and overlap.
That is 1 minute. Find your next person, please. Find your next person.
What are you planning to do?
Find your next person.
Without having to
Train ourselves. Major focus. And you said secure, confident,
The main objective, come up with some great ideas of how you can apply it. 10 more seconds before you want to shift to your next person.
It's going to be a very easy now. Very easy.
satisfaction guarantee actually
And shift to your next person for the last round.
Simon Sinek. I serve as the president for Acrobat Schools.
really white him up.
15 seconds left. Five, four, three, two, one. Pineapple! Give yourselves a round of applause, everyone, and come and take your seats quickly if you would. I know the interest is high. Look at this, people are still in conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention, please. How many of you got at least one idea that you think is a workable idea? Raise your hands. Look around the room. How many hands are in the air? All right? Is there anyone here that would like to share a very powerful idea or suggestion that they got? A very powerful idea or suggestion. By the way, this is the part where you participate. Do we have a microphone ready? By the way, write this down. Always be first. Who's going to be first? We've got someone over there. Who's getting the microphone? This lady right here? Yes, right over that side. There we go. Let's give her a thunderous round of applause right there. And then I'll come across here. Go ahead.
One of the things that impacted me is to use your power as a leader to empower other people and to allow them to show trust so that they'll bring out their best selves.
Fantastic. Excellent. Give her a round of applause, please. We have on this side here.
Friend Caroline in the back is the new meaning for competition. And what she said
competition. But today we were told we have to work together, and that is the new meaning of competition. Thank you.
There we go. Go ahead.
Morning, I'm from Thailand. There's a road to success is failures that happen properly. And if you don't handle them properly, they become potholes. And nobody likes potholes.
That's good to hear, right? Let's give her a round of applause. That's also exciting as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, how many enjoyed this? How many believe that it can make a big difference, not just for yourself, but for your community and your organizations? Yes? Well, I want to offer something to you. As I said, my name is Geoffrey Fullerton. My company is called Fullerton Management Group. And we positively shift people's behavior, creating thriving individuals, thriving companies, profitable organizations, thriving communities, and of course, the fulfilled self. A lot of the things that we have the opportunity to do, we do that by enhancing the technical performance of individuals in sales, leadership, and customer service. If you are ever in need of any service in that area, please write this down. M, the letter M, the number 3, the word and, A-N-D, the word M-E. So it says m3andme.com, and you'll find me. Thank you very much. Have a dynamic afternoon.